Well, hey guys, while I'm up here at MVP Open, I thought I'd check out another course. So I'm at 501 Disc Golf. People told me I needed to check it out. So we're gonna get out here. It's bright and early. It's a little cool, a little wet, but we're gonna have a good time right after the intro. I'm so excited. I'm tired, cold, wet, and it's morning. Yay, what could go wrong? Okay, so I met Bill, who opened up for me, and he said they have a blue and a green basket. Hopefully I can tell the difference, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, so the first hole, I think that's the blue one there. It's saying 368. We're gonna take 2 off the first, and we'll just figure it out as we go. Nothing like starting out with a good pull. Got a little nose up. I just didn't pull all the way through. Nothing spectacular. Of course we were doing 2 off the first tee. I just didn't get nose down on this. Tee pads or the rubberized mat, but there's a little moisture, so it's a little bit of a, just got to get comfortable with my footing. Here we go. Yeah, I wasn't real comfortable with my footing. It's a little bit bumpy, but we got out. Let's go have some fun. I mean, it is literally 8:30 in the morning, and it was about a 45-minute trip over here. So I woke up a little early this morning, thought I'd get out, but what that means is extra dew on the ground, and it's a little cool. The good news is I'll warm up, but this old body prefers to play at least past 10 a.m. Ideally 12, 2, 4 p.m., you know. Okay, there's the green basket over there. So yep, I was throwing to the right one. I just wasn't throwing far enough. There's the white, and there's the blue. I brought my Berg back into the bag, so it's not an all MVP. It's almost an all MVP bag, but I got a couple discs in there. Yep, the word for today is moist. Everything's a little moist. So far, the waterproofing on my shoes has been pretty good, but you feel, you know, when you can feel a little bit and you're like, ooh, is today the day everything just breaks through. Let's face it, I've been having to put them through some paces this week with all the moisture, wetness. All right, simple little par, mosey on. Beautiful landscaping. The course looks great. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. It's funny, I was thinking we were gonna go back in the woods here. That's actually the basket we're going to next. So we got a par 4, 485. So these mat tee pads, these rubber mat tee pads are pretty good, but they tend to get undulations in them a little bit. And so it can make the footing just a little tricky. That was back there. It was a little bit sloped and a little bit bumpy, and it's hard, especially when you're trying to get that extra power. You gotta dance through a couple little spots. All right, see the basket through there? Just gotta get through the gap. Or just smack a tree. Yeah, it's gonna take me a few holes to get my back warmed up that I can really kind of start to pull into the disc. I can just feel. It's funny, I got to the parking lot, talked to Bill, checked in, only one here. As soon as I walked over to the, started to head to the first tee to go stretch and everything, car pulls up. And, you know, I didn't talk to the guys or whatever, but sometimes you can just get a feel that I needed to go ahead and jump on out there just to make sure that I held my spot in line. Does that make sense? So once again, I didn't warm up and stretch because it was like it was more important for me to get out than to sit there and stretch. I may, once I get up to like the next hole, take a minute and stretch, but I wanted to get a little buffer so that I can rock and roll, because I play pretty fast. And even with the twosome, I would be sitting behind him if I didn't go ahead and jump out on the course. All right, I'm enjoying the bokeh, so let's try it. I'm just going to try to swing it on around. This is where I almost think I should probably do a standstill because it's a little lumpy and stuff, but I want just a little more power, so I'm going to try to maybe just one little quick hop. Bump right here. You okay? All right. All right. I am liking that bokeh. If he hadn't told me these baskets were green, I would have said they were kind of gray. What do you think? Welcome to colorblindness. So had another great day out at MVP Open. Got to see a lot of great shots, have a good time. I hung out mostly at the different spots, hole 8 and then hole 14. And then afterwards I hung out for the CTP contest. Paid 20 bucks for the raffle and ended up winning 200 bucks. So woohoo! It was a good day, good day. And I went home and went to bed early. Yay! Okay, it's saying next tee down there, but I'm gonna step up here and stretch a little bit more. I'll be back with you in a minute. Yep, they're coming up right behind me, so I only got a quick stretch. There are only 3 people on the course. It's literally these guys coming in right behind me. Dang it. I thought I was going to be able to, that's one of the reasons why I want to get out early. I thought maybe I could jump out and take a nice restful round, because it would be goofy enough to be out here this quick. Well, what's sad is I just needed 5 more minutes and it would have been an ideal timing. All right, we're looking at 264. Ooh, a hard right. Yeah, so that's a big turnover or a big forehand, but I think the turnover would work better than the forehand just because you got to push it way back over there. It's a little inside. It's going to be, yeah, almost a little cut roll. This is one of those holes where you need to throw it a couple times just to see how far you can push it. I just knew I needed to get around this big tree and I cut it inside a little bit much. I think I could have pushed it a little bit farther. And I went high, but I actually got the nose down a little too much, so it dug, I think, near the green basket. And it didn't pan out. That's where I probably should, I went uplink, I should have probably gone like my reactor so that it would have some pan out. Oh, look at this, yeah, you gotta come around here. That's what I thought. It was a pretty hard angle to get around. So, yeah, probably a big forehand would be the way to get all the way back there, unless you just got a really good turnover. I think I came close to gray acing the green basket. Oh, no power. A little lackluster there. I tell you what, it's beautiful out here. You can tell they've done a lot of work. They've really cared for this place. It's lovely. I don't use the word lovely that often, so nice, well done. Well, that's cool. 345. Just right up there, yeah. 345 up a mountain. All right, here we go, right up the hill. Not spectacular, but got there. And when I say got there, it got 3/4 of the way there. Too dang early to be throwing up that hill. What were they thinking? This does have a little bit of an Inverness feel now once we've gotten back here in the woods. Even that one was just a touch short because of the elevation. I got to throw it a little bit harder. Story of our lives, isn't it? Got to throw it a little bit harder. Yeah, because I was kind of trying to run at the basket, and I'm still 8 feet short. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Guys, I'm in Massachusetts playing disc golf. All as a precursor to go watching top level tournament. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Par 4, 479. So folks, I feel like I'm gonna be throwing the trail a lot today. When you find a disc that kind of you get into rhythm with, sometimes that's the best thing to do, is just keep throwing that same one until it starts getting wonky on you. That's why you'll see, you know, a lot of people don't need to throw as many discs as they have. Find the ones that are working for you that day and just let them do the work for you. A little redundant, sorry. I'm out of breath from the hill. Lack of oxygen. All right, 479. Oh, I figured out what it is. The end of the mat, the way they have to bolt it in, causes the tip of it to tilt just a little bit. And I'm trying to use the full pad, so I'm standing on that little tilt, and that's what's getting in my head. So I either got to step up just a little bit or step behind it. Here's a tip for you. If you start to feel kind of mental noise about something, see if you can figure it out, especially if it keeps popping up. Something with the mats was kind of going, what's going on? What's going on? And I think that's what it is. It's just the way they're bolted in. They've got a little bit of curl at the end of them that I'm feeling because I'm standing on the very edge of them. So now that I know that, hopefully I can avoid it. Of course, I'll probably forget by the next hole. By the way, can you tell it's morning because my voice is nice and deep? Yes, thank you very much. That's Q105. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So can you see the bolt and the way this thing just kind of slopes down right here? And that's where I like to start. So I'm either gonna have to start here or start up there where it's flatter. Yep, this is lovely. I need just a little fog and like a family of deer go running by, and then maybe a Yeti. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yep. Sorry I'm a little mellow this morning. It's just mornings. May get more exciting as things go on. Hopefully I can wake up a little bit. This is where, not having played the course, I wasn't worried about the upshot, where now I know there's kind of a drop off behind it. So, yeah. All right, 394, par 3. So the par 3s and par 4s are almost the same distance out here. So you go, oh, that's an easier par 4, but then they make up for it with the booger of a par 3. This one, you definitely probably need to play to figure out the lines, because it just feels like I just got to rip it down there and let it cut back. Okay, the wall is OB, so I don't need to pull too far right. Just to be a little safer, I'm gonna pull out the Thunderbird. What's the word? Thunderbird. Switch you over to this side. It's gonna be short, but I was playing safe because I just don't, ooh, hit a tree. I just didn't know what to do, and I did not want to hit the OB right, so better safe than sorry. Ooh, look at these rocks. These are some disc chompers here. I could see having one particular disc for this hole that just I throw it, because your disc is gonna get beat up out here on this sucker. I mean, I like the hole, but yeah, these rocks, they're not playing. So yeah, OB's just to the right of that basket. And on the sign it looked farther, but then I saw the rope and I could tell it was tight to that one. So you definitely needed to play safe over here. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is a booger of a par 3. This is a harder par 4 than the last one, feels like. I mean, I guess you could try to flirt with OB and go a little bit over the wall and then come back, but whew. Settle. I'm hoping those rocks caught me. Had a lot of visual noise going on there. Had this tree that I had to avoid, then get down there, And then I knew I couldn't get to the basket unless I went higher, but then it pinches off. So I just sacrificed a little bit getting closer to the basket for trying to just have an easy shot through the line, if that makes sense. And hopefully the rocks caught me. Love on the rocks. Come on, rocks. Come on, rocks. Be my friend. Be my friend. Oh, almost broke my ankle on a rock. Oh, yes. All right, that makes me happy. I'm very happy with that par 3. With that par. All right, so we're looking at 384 par 3 again. I mean, they're not playing 384 through the trees. All right. Oh. I never saw it once it hit the branches. I thought I heard it go way left. Boy, I really like that throw, but I didn't see those ninja branches up there. It clipped that limb. It was gonna be nice down the alley. And it just hit those limbs, and there was kind of an explosion of leaves. And yeah, it sounded bad. Just based on previous knowledge of how a disc responds when hitting something like that, I figure it took power and spin off of it, so it was gonna fade down to the left here, down in this gully. That's my hope anyway. On top of that pressure of the guys coming behind me, I don't need to spend a lot of time. I thought I heard a thonk, so that's why I'm checking down here first. Oh, here it is. Ooh. Wow. I was about to turn around. Well, that was the second time I've thrown that flare, and it's definitely overstable, and I missed the gap I wanted but got through another gap, so I should be scrambleable, maybe. That was one of those bad footing, these branches, everything, you know, it was nice. So I was telling some guys the other day is wooded courses can play very quick and straightforward as long as you don't get off of them, off the fairway. But then as soon as you take one tree kick, you can be in deep hurting that just blows up your round. And that's why I think they require more touch and skill than just, you know, like a golf course. Because you can shank a shot and still have a wide open approach. Whereas you get behind a wall of trees and you're toast. All right, yeah, it got better than I thought. Scramble game. It's so funny in my head after that kind of easy par 4, I was like, wow, yeah. And then immediately, wham, wham, take these par 3s and hush your mouth, Pete. Definitely not cart friendly here. Once again, kind of reminds me of Inverness a little bit. Rocks, roots, and Bigfoot. All right, 249 straight ahead. Okay, tee box geometry time. I want to be on the very edge of this so I can eliminate that tree as much as possible. So I'm going to put you over here, and I'm just going to step right here and make sure I land right here so I can swing through as cleanly as possible. Push it out a little bit left, hit that tree. No, not that way. It's supposed to hit the tree, go that way. I'm gonna throw one more, it doesn't count, but I wanna see how this range does because I haven't really thrown it on a backhand to see. That's what I thought. It's got a little more stability than my old range. So my old range, I'd throw it out and it would just do this. Where that one's just doing this with a little bit of this. It's trying, but it's still pretty much got a little bit more stability. That made sense from how it played yesterday. I just need to smack it around a little bit. No problem, I can do that. Somebody could bust their butts going down here. I could see it. Little OB Creek drop zone. I hit this tree. Now I hit this tree on the left side. If I'd hit on the right, would have been nice. Pretty piece of property. Looked good, thought I had it. Thought I had it. Par 4, 5, 22. Gee, wonder what I'm gonna throw. Yep. The green basket is 283. I think I'm 30 feet short of it, so I just threw that 250 feet. Now granted, there's a slight elevation. Okay, there's a decent elevation, but that always is humbling. Ooh, so you definitely want to be out here to get access to the blue basket around there. Yeah, I hurt myself, I didn't know that. I know I had to cut it that much more and I would have gotten around. It would have been a decent throw, but that's what happens when you get pinched. Sometimes it's hard to tell on the video, the angles. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be tricky. Now the question is, do I have a good approach? Not great, awesome. This is where the standstill comes into play. I wanted to throw my uplink, but I want to get a run up. I can't get that because there's a rock right here, but it's sloped and bumpy. And I just can't generate a lot. So I clubbed up to my flippy Valkyrie. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, I knew I was going to lose power for the standstill, so I had to go with something much faster. I think it worked. I know we had that one downhill par 3, but it feels like every other hole I've been throwing uphill. You know, just kind of feels that way. I'm not complaining, just something that I just realized I keep having to throw up these hills. Oh, I was even a little shorter than I thought. Dang it. I thought I'd thrown that just right. A little bit out of breath. Twice worse luck. Yeah, skill. Skill, pure skill. Dang it. My goal most of these new courses is to try to go bogey free. That one hurt. Just didn't know. I learned. All right, moving on. This would be an awesome place to have a little picnic. Great little rest spot. Hey, now I know why I kept going uphill, because we're about to throw down a big hill. Look at this puppy. 497. Par 3. So I don't know if it shows up on this, but yeah, those branches on that tree out there, you got to get under it, because this would be a much easier shot if the airspace was open. But you gotta crank something down and under. Yeah, and hopefully get a good skip. But what that probably means is I'm gonna smack a tree. Okay, so when we talk about, I've said this before, on downhill, uphill, you want to follow the terrain, especially downhill. Well, here it's an extreme example. We don't want to follow the terrain like this. We want to follow out as if it's going out to where we want it to land. So I'm trying to get past that tree down there, and so I'm aiming, that's my aim point. I want to get my nose like that. I don't want it like this to follow the terrain specifically straight down into the ground, but I also don't want to throw it flat because it'll go out and then highs are off. So I want to be aiming nose down, following it that way. Oh, I got that tree all day long. Yeah, awesome. Got it down, smacked the tree. I'll be back. All right, I made it down the hill. Now I got to track that tree bound super skipper. Oh, I just about stepped on it talking to you. There it is. Now I've got to find the basket. I'm good for green. I'm afraid I am not in a good place. I wasn't paying attention walking down the hill where the basket was. There it is right there. Okay, boy. Yeah, you don't want to be over here. There's just not a lot of stuff. I might have to play a skip shot or something, get a little extra funky. Remember, high risk, high reward, but also high penalties. Look at this. What would you do? This may get ugly. Flip, flip, flip. It just kept going straight. I needed it to make that break. Okay, this one doesn't count, but I want to see. It's torn on a couple options. Let's see. Yeah, should have done that. Why is it the second man is always so good? Well, you know, I said I was trying to go bogey free. I'm glad I already busted that one open, so it doesn't hurt as bad to do it right back again. I needed that roller to pick up and do this, and it just kept tricking. Oh, it did better than I thought. It must have hit something over here. Sit. Wow, thank you, tree. Some days you just have it. Other days you have the touch of a yak. Oh God, look at my second man right here. My goober, dang it. Oh, poop. To be honest, I thought I haven't thrown a forehand roll in a long time, so this will be, trying to figure out where the basket is. Okay. I said, this will be a fun one to do. You know, sometimes I think about the shot, camera, what would look cooler. I hate to say it, you know, we all do it. And so I said, yeah, I'll do that. It'll be cool. Ooh, roller. Yeah. Oh my. All right, let's see what they did. It's nice, they've added the elevation drops. I haven't even paid any attention. So it's 41 feet elevation drop on this one. I should have looked at the last one. Try to just put my uplink through that gap and let it ride. Maybe a little right. Well, not anymore since it hit a tree. It was a success that I got through the gap, and then it was kind of a poke and hope. I wonder if a turn over here would be better. Yeah, I think a big lazy turnover, but then look at that look at that wall of trees that you got to get through. Yeesh. That's tough either way. I'm starting to think they want disc golfers to be able to make some good shots. Being tall does help. Of course, I've hit that phase where I think I'm shrinking, you know. Welcome to adulthood. You know how different rounds you have different mindsets or you're feeling different ways? I'm enjoying this, but my body's kind of going, yeah. I don't know, I'm just not fully awake. Is that what it is? I mean, heck, it's 9:30. Par 4, 530. Wall is OB. Of course it is. All right. I'm going to throw the relativity. I just want a little bit more push, hopefully, and a little bit more flip. Well, I didn't get as much flip as I wanted. Well, that's okay. I say it, my back got tight on that throw earlier. Feeling it now. I'll have to stretch after this. I need the power. So I knew with his uphill run up funky footing that I also wanted to go to the right, but I also knew if I messed up getting uphill, the extra flippy Valkyrie would hold it so it wouldn't dive off that way. So at least it saved my bacon. It was one of those that the smarter play would have been to do a standstill, but I knew I couldn't get there with a standstill. So it was kind of a judge. I can get enough power if I run up. So if I do it everything perfectly, it'd work out. But then if I don't, hopefully I'm the same distance away as I would have been with a standstill. Does that make sense? I sacrificed a little control for a little more power, knowing that it should be about equal how it would end up for either one of those. And then there was a slim, very slim chance everything would link up and I could get to the basket with the run up. But I almost went out of bounds. It's so funny, and I think I want to do something about this. I haven't quite worked it out yet, but whenever there's an obstacle like this that you've got to get around, so oftentimes, I know myself personally, I miss inside. You know, you think you'd miss outside, but it's that target fixation. And so you're actually overcompensating. Yep, see? Either that or the tree has a gravitational pull to plastic, which we all know it does. And it's just kind of grabbing it over a little bit more. But yeah, how often I miss inside when I'm trying to get around something. Par 3, 359 with 42 feet of elevation. This course is not for the, now they have the greens, is definitely shorter, but for the blues, bring it. A little inside, I didn't get as much lift as I wanted on it, but hopefully it'll be fine. I just wanted to miss that big tree in the middle. I should have thrown, now that I think about it, I should have thrown my Valkyrie, the flippiness to carry it up the hill more. I got to get back in the game. I just kind of disappeared for a little bit. Let me refocus. Just because you understand what you should do, doesn't mean you'll do it. Once again, I needed to be right more than left just to get around this corner. These are what you learn on, let's face it, it's easier to play open courses blind. Sometimes in wooded, playing it blind can really bite you in the booty. Basket's there. I gotta get up and around. So that's what I needed to know. I just went up and checked the airspace so I can go higher and it can clear it. That way I can get up and then get it farther this way, if I do it right. Oh, hit the rock. It was gonna slide. It was gonna slide right to the basket. Forgot about the rocks. That's so disheartening when you throw it and you do the math, you go, yeah, I nailed it. And then boom, I hit the one big honking rock right there. I mean, it was coming in, it was gonna hit and just scoot up where I'd be just a few feet. I'll be honest with you. You ever have one of those runs? I'm enjoying the course, but in another way, I'm just not having fun playing right now. I think I'm just tired. A lot of traveling, a lot of stuff. The tournament's been great, but I'm just not feeling. And if I keep pulling off to the right, all right, gotta push through. My attitude went somewhere earlier, and I don't know why. It just kind of went, eh. And it's funny, my score a lot of times will match my my attitude or just how I'm feeling. And I'm just kind of blah right now. And so was my game. Could have been when I tweaked my back. You know, just residual pain chronic pain. And it's not bad, it's just kind of this little thing that just keeps going. Sometimes it can just make you a little irritated. And I'm already a curmudgeon as it is. Oh good, par 3, 381. Somebody's probably saying, well, why didn't you play the green course? Well, first off, I always want to push myself to see how I can do on the long layout because it's going to keep me throwing farther. The thing is, if it's harder to go back out if you get used to throwing here. Whereas if you keep pushing out here, then the shorter ones are manageable. And so I always want to push myself, even if I can't do it. I want to keep trying. I want to see how I do, because it's a good litmus test for where I am in my own life journey. I've also noticed that just about all the blue baskets like to go to the right. Or maybe that's just me. It just feels like a lot of them are, it feels like the green set up for more success for most players, which is not a bad thing. That keeps them coming back. All right, focus. Get your butt together, Pete. All right, I gave myself a little pep talk and threw about as good as I can. I don't know how it ended up, but I was happy with that. Elevation change, 5 feet. So let me know in the comments what you like or don't like about these type of things where I just go around and play a course, especially a new course or whatever. Things I need to make sure to include, like the yardage, etc. But any extra stuff that you would like me to include, just let me know. May or may not happen, but I definitely take suggestions. Thanks. Woo, exciting. There's a drop off behind the basket, and I'm like, the way things are going, I'd hit and it would be gone 100 yards. All right, 285 to the right. I hate to do it, but I gotta pull out a forehand. Oh, you need to flip more? God, I thought that was gonna flip for me. All right. I actually was proud of the angle I put it on, because I was like, this one's gonna be flippy, so I wanna do that. Let me throw one more, doesn't count. I'm playing the Relativity, the white one. I almost started with this one to begin with. Nope. This one doesn't count either. Just good practice. See, that's what I was expecting. Yeah. That's Goldilocks. None of the bears are getting any porridge. I should have stopped with the second one. My shoulder doesn't like that. I guess I could have thrown a turnover. It just looked like with these trees, it was going to be very blocked, so you had to push out and then kind of skip flare into there. And so that's what I was trying to just push down here and then get it to fade. But I think I could have done a turnover, just pushed and let it fade at the end, instead of hurting my shoulder and my pride. I already forgot where I threw the the second one. So that was the other reason why you shouldn't throw multiples if you have a bad memory. Inside again. It's you go around. I just need to aim a little bit farther right when I've got to go around something. I thought I'd hit that dead center. Boy, it's beautiful though. I keep saying it, but yeah, it's a beautiful course. 409 feet, 41 foot elevation change, and it's down to the right. It's hard to tell. I pulled a little inside, but also, yeah, should be okay. Let's face it, I'm playing this one for par. I also realized I didn't sleep well last night, and I think that's why I'm crabby. You know, traveling and stuff like that is great in one sense, but man, it'll beat you up too. Ooh, I think I needed to push straighter. Yeah, it's more of a straight shot. I should have checked. The map made it look like it was a harder right turn, but it's actually more just a straight shot down the hill. I'd like to do that one over again. Might have to, because the way it's down here, my disc may be gone forever. I was intentionally pulling it hard right, because that's what I thought it was. But look at this jungle. Oh, wow. Found it right away. Awesome. Well, it made a noise. I couldn't really see the basket, so it was a poke and hope. Oh, I hit the rock right next to it. Oh, 369 feet straight ahead. Okay, so what do you think? I've got the brand new hex that I got from mile marker 3, or I've got my reactor. Reactor's going to, I gotta go reactor. I just don't know how stable this is. I just smacked the cage. Dang it. That would have been awesome. Here's the short one. I didn't even see it from up there. Huh. I mean, I smacked that change 6 inches higher and it would have been dead center. We got a family in front of us, so I might take a break. Okay, final hole. 598 feet, par 4. Beautiful out in the open. Yep, I like it. Elevation drop at 32 feet. Doesn't hurt. Make you feel a little bit better coming downhill. Open shot. Help you forget all the trees and the woods that are behind you. There's a family in front of me, so I was able to sit on that picnic table and stretch. Do you ever stretch and you know it helps, but it also like shows other places that don't want to stretch? Yeah. What a beautiful day though. I got excited and saw the basket. I forgot it's blue basket. I was like, man, this is a soft par 4. Yeah, we're going there. Let's finish this up. It was still a good throw, but that was not nearly what it should have. I was thinking. All right, as I walk into the final one, of course, is great. The blue is definitely going to challenge you, especially, I think the par 4s are easier than the par 3s, a lot of them. A lot of uphills. You're ripping it, and it's not for your feeble of heart. But it's a lot of fun. I'm interested in how the green plays, because like I said, it felt like there were more tougher shots to the right with the blue basket that required more power, more control. But man, this course is really nice. It's beautiful, well maintained. I give it 5 stars. Yeah. So yeah, definitely put it on the map. So from Maple Hill, you could go to mile marker 63, which is about 20 minutes from Maple Hill, and this is like 20 minutes farther from that, sort of. I mean, from Maple Hill, it reads about 35 minutes. So anyway, they're all just kind of right here in line. Let's face it, this area is spoiled for the great disc golf courses around here. I'm really kind of jealous. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for coming around with me, putting up with me, crabby and all. I think I finished with that. Birdie gets me back to 1 under par. But overall, just a great time. Thank you so much for coming around with me. Guys, I appreciate you so much. Listen, I've had people come up to me at the MVP Open and say they like my channel. And I keep wanting to go, are you okay in the head that you're actually watching this thing? But I really do appreciate it. And guys, I hope to see you out on the course. But then if you're playing slow, get out of my way, because I'm coming through fast.